Hey guys, it's Hazza here, and I just wanted to make a video regarding the new announcement by Nintendo regarding the Wii U and the new Pro Controller. I'm going to scream if I see another person freaking posting up on IGN or on a YouTube comment or on Twitter saying, "Oh, Nintendo's copied the Xbox 360 controller. Look how much it looks like an Xbox 360 controller. It's illegal." It's just freaking annoying. Right, let's talk about this. Reverse engineering is a method that happens in engineering and businesses, in competitive markets all the time. It is a perfectly legal practice which involves taking a piece of hardware that you have obtained legitimately. So that means you've gone to the shop and you've bought a friggin' PS3 or something. You are perfectly within your right to bring it home and friggin' start pulling it apart. And businesses do this all the time in competitive markets. It is one of the first foundation keys when you want to break into a market. If I wanted to make a set-top box for Freeview, I would walk into Tesco and I would buy a new set-top box and I would bring it home, and then I would take it back, take a screwdriver to it and look into it and see how it works and understand how it works. And then what I would do is I would take how it works with this new data. I would see this data, and I would think, right, now that I have this data, how am I going to make my product? And that's all Nintendo have done. They have looked at existing gamepads. They even said in the frigging, well, I'm not actually sure because I missed this part, but it was Dan Mayer, who's Mr. Pointy Head on Twitter. He said, "Nice to see that the Nintendo think the Xbox is the best gamepad," which I think he's just a dig at the fact that it looks like the Xbox gamepad. But the point is there. In my opinion, the Xbox 360 gamepad is the best ergonomically designed gamepad ever. Why change that? It was obvious to Nintendo when they reverse engineered it, or they looked at the patent, or whatever they did. They sort of think, look at how well designed this gamepad is. What is the point in changing that? What is the point in changing that fact? Now, obviously they had to change something to make sure that it was different, because the fact is that if they blatantly copied the Xbox 360 controller, then they would be infringing their patent, and it would obviously be against the law. But the fact is that they haven't done that, because they've happily designed the concept for it. The Wii U's due for release in this holiday season, so I mean they must have friggin' submitted the patent for it already. Now it's just a matter of time for Microsoft to find that patent or get hold of the controller and reverse engineer it. They'll reverse engineer it themselves and they'll decide whether it infringes on their patent or not. And if it doesn't infringe on their patent, then what are the freaking people going to talk about it? You can't copy a way that it's shaped. I mean, I highly doubt that Microsoft. I don't know this, to be honest. But I'd like someone to tell me whether the shape of the Xbox 360 controller is patented and not just the internal workings, because it does tend to be that way. I remember one time Ferrari were passing around this picture. It was like a friggin' silhouette of one of their cars, and they were asking people whether what the shape reminded them of. And what most people said was that it reminded them of some Ferrari car or something. This was on Top Gear, it was a car program, and they were saying that they needed the proof enough to be able to patent the shape and say that this shape was kind of like copyrighted of Ferrari, and that no one else could use a specific shape of car. And I think that'd have to be the same thing of Xbox, or what happened there. But also, I just wanted to make the point that you don't think that other people do this. Like, I'm telling you this right now, the moment that the Xbox 360 was released, Sony went down to the shop and they bought a bunch, and they took them back to their research and development lab, and they started pulling those Xbox 360s apart to see how they worked, to look at how they worked, to understand how they worked, and then to use that knowledge in making their PlayStation 3 better. It's just, I wish people would think more. I mean, I'm doing engineering, electronic engineering as a degree. This is something that I want to do, and I know I've looked at the business side of things. This is a perfectly valid and legitimate business practice. So please stop moaning about the fact that the Wii looks similar to the Xbox controller. Do not say, oh, it's an outrage. Blah, blah, blah. It's perfectly, and if anything, it's a freaking outreach to gamers. I mean, anyone that's used an Xbox 360 controller knows how comfortable it is. I mean, is it not a friggin' outreach to hardcore gamers to say, look, we've understood your worries, we've understood the fact that you're worried that the Wii U controller that we showed last year at E3 is looks fragile, you'd be scared of breaking it. So what we've done is we've said, oh look, well we've made this one, and we know that you like it because it's quite similar in design to our other to the Xbox 360 controller. So why are people complaining in the first place? Of course, if it does end up infringing the patent, then Microsoft has every right to say, well, it's infringing the patent. We don't want you to make any money of it because it's a business like world. I mean, why would Microsoft want Nintendo to make money? But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. I just want people to understand this, that it's a legitimate business practice, and until friggin' Microsoft prove that that Nintendo have stolen their patent, either internally or externally, I'm not convinced that Microsoft own the external patent on the controller. They own, I think, the design of the button face, which is why the button face is slightly different. But I don't think they own the actual ergonomics of it. But I don't understand why people are making a big deal of it. I don't understand why people are complaining. So yeah, that was my 2 cents on it. I really wanted to make this video. Hopefully it won't be too long. It won't take too long to render and upload. I'm just scrounging for views as well. Just saying. But anyway, see you later, guys. Bye.